Time to have a post-practice seat brought to us by TS Tech, visiting with starting quarterback, redshirt freshman Kurtis Rourke on this Miami week. What does the Miami rivalry mean to you?
It means what everybody else means to them. They're a great team. We've had a great big history with them. It obviously means a lot more because we've lost back-to-back years to them, and so we got a little chip on our shoulder, and we want to go out there and kick their butts.
Does it have any additional significance with you being the starting quarterback and having a little bit more control over the result than you had prior to being the starter?
Yeah, in ways, but it's still a team sport, and we got to win on all levels. And so if I can do my part, we still need everybody else to do their part, and that's why I love the game, because it's not an individual contest. It's if we're gonna win, we got to win together.
Close losses the last two times, one in Athens, one in Oxford. Does that stick in the craw of this team? Do you guys remember that? And does that additionally up for this rivalry?
Definitely. We were in both games, and very tough losses, and so those always stick with you no matter who it is. It just stings a little bit more because it's Miami of Ohio, but it's just giving us more fire to come out next week and show them what we're made of. So.
I would imagine you talk to your brother a lot about a lot of things in addition to football. I would guess because your brother is a competitor, much like you are, successful, much like you are, that I would imagine that the losses against Miami for him are not necessarily tough to take, but that's something that I'm sure that he wish he could play him again. Your thoughts on what you've talked about with him about this rivalry and maybe the last couple of results?
Yeah, he's definitely been talking about it, and he every time we play a game, he wishes he was out there with us and be able to play again. And so I'm sure it's no different this week. He hasn't had the greatest success against Miami the last couple of years, but he's just told me it's just another game. Just go out there and perform, and do what you can to help your team win.
Two games as a starter. This will be game three, your second one on the road. From your perspective, how you feeling out there? Are you starting to get in the flow a little bit? I know probably the thought was that you had a more Kurtis Rourke-esque type game in week one than you had in week two. But obviously, you're a team guy, so you got the win in week two as opposed to week one. So where are you at mentally as far as how you're settling into that starting role?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get better each week. It wasn't the greatest game from individually last game for me, but we came out with the win, and that's the biggest goal throughout every game this season. And I'm just trying to get better, get to know the chemistry with our team, my teammates, and everything, and making sure that we're moving forward as a team, and I just can't get caught up in the bad games.
I would guess that you guys feel that you can be a prolific offense. And I would also guess that the troubling part of the last game for you guys and for fans was getting the ball in the red zone twice and not scoring off of that. Obviously, kicking issues are going to happen at any time. And unfortunately, it happened for Ohio last game out. But would I be right in saying that those are the type of plays or drives that might stick out to you that further motivate you for this week?
For sure, yeah, we had a ton of chances that we missed, and it felt really uncharacteristics for an offense I feel is so talented. We got some great talented running backs, receivers, and it's in offensive line that it didn't seem that that's the way those drives should have ended. And so we're definitely thinking about those and wishing we had them back. And we're just moving forward now.
It's a two quarterback system, and you both bring certain things to the table, different skill sets. What's that interaction been like now that you get into game weeks? You go into week three with yourself and Armani Rogers.
Yeah, Amani's been great. Yeah, I think we've really pushed each other to get better at our weaknesses and as well as our strengths. We've really watched each other, and from my personal opinion, I've watched him in his strengths and how I can use that in my game as well. And I'm sure he's doing the exact same. And he's a great guy, and I love being around him, love being in the same room as him, and just able to learn with him.
Can you believe that after hopefully a Bobcat win in Oxford, you guys are halfway done with the regular season already? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of our coaches said it today, and it's hard to believe. It takes me back to high school days, just playing a couple regular season games and then hopping into playoffs. And so, yeah, we just got to make every game count. And we have limited games, but we just got to go. We control our own destiny, and so we just got to win out. And yeah.
COVID cases are certainly on the rise here in this country. In your home country, they are as well. A couple of weeks after a Canadian Thanksgiving, is your family doing all right? Nate doing all right?
Yeah, everybody's doing well at home, and they're just making sure they're taking precautions just like we are down here. And just hopefully the case start to go away everywhere, and we can get back to normal lives.
That's a post-practice seat with Kurtis Rourke, brought to us by TS Tech. Kurtis, thanks for the time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
This is Bobcat TV.